Mitoft yoga. Can be done completely in the chair, or it can be done sitting and standing. So we're all going to start sitting as we are. It's really fun to have real people here in my class. You might hear them. Hopefully you might hear them laugh if I say something funny. Let's hope that happens. Okay, and we're just going to start by just lifting up our heels, just letting our toes move a little bit. And then we'll sit back in our chair and we'll just, one ankle at a time, do a nice little circle. And then the other way. And we'll put that foot down, other foot, it doesn't matter which one. Nice little circle. And the other way. And then we're just going to stop here for a minute, sit up tall in our chair, let our hands be on our thighs. They can be palm up, they can be palm down. In yoga, when we put our hands up, that means I am ready for whatever the world has for me. Or if we put our palms down, we are saying, I just want to focus and be quiet and calm today. So there's not right, there's not wrong. You just do your hands however you'd like to do that. And maybe we'll even close our eyes. Just take a couple of breaths. Sometimes our minds are still busy, even though our bodies are right here. Sometimes our minds are thinking about what we're going to do after this, or what had just happened on the way here. We're just going to let all that go. For this little 45 minutes, we're going to just let ourselves be right here on our chairs. And in this room, will our minds try to keep us busy and drift off? They will, and we'll just be okay with that and just bring them back. And one way we can do that is we'll focus on our breath. So we'll just make our inhales and exhales a little bit longer. Let's try that now. Not really holding our breath, just slightly longer inhales and exhales. Another yoga saying, longer breath, longer life. So we can lengthen our breath, perhaps we can lengthen our life. And at least the quality of our life as we are a little bit calmer. And while you're lengthening your inhales and exhales, your eyes could be open or shut. I do have a little theme for class. It is a quote from the poet Mary Oliver. There are many ways to dance and spin. And that's true. You think about all the different ways you can see people dancing, and there's also many ways to do yoga. One of them is on a chair. One of them is standing up. There are many ways to do every single pose. And of course, there are many ways to live our lives. Many ways to be who we are. So let's just keep that in mind. Be kind to others and ourselves, because there are many ways to dance and spin. And if you've had enough of talking, you can just begin to let your eyes come open. We're going to come back slowly to the edge of our chair. And we'll just pick up one knee. Maybe it's our right one. We'll put our hands behind our thigh, and we'll squeeze that up into our chest. And then, we don't have to squeeze. We can just have it up. It can be anywhere, lots of range. And then we'll just stretch our foot forward, stretching our knee, and then let it bend. We're just doing a normal range of motion with our knee. So our knee straightens and our knee bends. But we know our knee doesn't only just do this. Our knee can also slightly go the other way. So we'll just tip our heel in toward the center, lift it up, tip our heel out, bring it down, heel to the center, up, out, down. Meanwhile, we're sitting up tall, we're holding up our core. Many things to think about. And when we get down here, we'll freeze, back up, heel to the center, down, out, up, center, down, and one more sitting up tall, out, up, center, and let that leg go. I should say that if holding your leg up is too much, you can hold the sides of your chair and do this really gently without holding up your leg, okay? So let's do the other side now. If it feels okay to you, we'll hold it up, squeeze it in first, and then relax it a little bit. Legs straight up and down. We're just straightening our knee, sitting up tall, engaging our core. And now we'll move our knee the other way, all the ways it moves. So heel comes in, stretch it up. Heel goes out, just a little movement, right? We're not really hurting our knees. Down, over to the center, up, out, down, center, up, out, down, and let's freeze. Up, over, down, heel out, up, over, down, and I sort of lost count. Let's just do one more. Okay, nice. While we're up here on the edge of our chair, we'll just gently switch our hands and look over one shoulder, not cranking our neck in any way. We're twisting here through our core. And our neck's just kind of along for the ride. And then we'll just let our hands drift the other way. Sit up tall, and gently twist over. Breathing, breathing. And come on back to the center. Okay, we can bring our knees together if we want to. We don't have to. Inhale, our arms go straight up, and our hands come in front of us. And then our hands just come on back down. Again, inhaling and exhaling as our hands go down. So in yoga, we always want to have our breath make us move rather than moving drives our breath. So as we're inhaling, that's when our arms go up. As we exhale, that's when our arms go down. And that's why you don't have to move exactly the same time as I do. You can move with your own breath. Okay, that's good. Let's just move our shoulders a little bit. And then if standing is available to you, come onto your feet. If not, all these things can be done in the chair, and I'll be hopping back and forth and show you what. So maybe just come to one side of the chair. We don't even have to be touching it right now. Okay, so I'm only here because that's where you can see the top of my head in the camera. So you guys just be wherever you want to be. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is warm up our neck. We'll just bring our chin to our chest, and then we'll gaze to the right, tip our ear to the right, roll, ear to the left, gaze to the left, chin to the chest. One more time this way. Gaze to the right, ear to the right, rolling around, ear to the left, gaze to the left, chin to center, and let's reverse. Gaze to the left, ear to the left, roll your head. If you find a place that needs a little more attention, you just slow it down. Ear to the right, chin to the right, and chin to the chest. One more time. Gazing to the left, ear to the left, rolling around, ear to the right, chin to the right, and chin to center. So I do these every day. So when I did Monday Silver Sneakers, we do this every day. I just think it's so good to do all these range of motion on our body. So now we're going to do our shoulder. We'll just bring our right hand with our palms facing our body, Let our arm come straight up. When we get up to where it wants to stop, we'll just flip our palm, let it come on down. And then straight back up with the palm in the same place, a little flip, down. We'll do 2 more. Coming up. You guys feel some little clicky, poppy stuff in your shoulder? I do. Yeah, I like that. It makes me feel like I'm doing something, moving stuff around. Last one, up, little flip, down. We're trying to keep our shoulders all facing forward and down. Let's do the other hand. So left arm, palm, center, up, little flip, and on down. Straight back up, little flip, down. I love this one. Sometimes I do this when I'm taking a walk in my neighborhood, and that's not weird at all. I can't remember. Let's do one more. You may notice that one side is a little stiffer than the other, and that's just normal. That's just our bodies. Now we're gonna work on our spine. We're just gonna hinge right here from our waist. So we're just looking down at our toes. And this time we're gonna go to the left first. So we're just gonna look to the left, tip our elbow to the left, and then squeezing our belly, squeezing our glutes, roll it around, elbow to the right, looking to the right, and looking down. Again, looking to the left, elbow to the left, rolling, squeezing everything, protecting our back, elbow, and look to the right, come back to the center, and now we'll go to the right. Looking to the right, elbow, roll it, elbow, look left, come to the center. And last time, looking to the right, elbow to the right, roll it, elbow, look, center. And then my favorite one gets our shoulder blades. So we'll bring our hands up here like we're holding the block, and then we'll just bring our shoulders up by our ears, down, back, down, and forward. Up, back, down, and forward. One more time. Up, back, down, and forward. And then we'll freeze. Go straight back, up, forward, and down. Back, up, forward, and down. And we're making sure we're squeezing our core in. Back, up, forward, and down. Nice. This one, we want to be where we can put one hand on a chair. We'll just pick up whatever leg is away from the chair. That's the one you want to pick up. Yes. Okay. Very good. And then we'll just open our knee out to the side, and then we'll tip our knee so it's pointing down, and then let our foot go straight back. So knee comes forward, knee opens to the side, knee points down, and knee goes back, coming forward. And in using our core to do this, we're going to now go straight back. We're reversing. Knee points down, knee opens to the side, and knee comes forward. If you want to do a little balance challenge, you can hover your hand, knee back, knee down, knee out, and knee forward. And that's good on that side. Let's hula, a little hip move. And then if you want to switch sides of your chair so that you have a little more room for your knee, that's all good. So then we'll lift the knee that's away from the chair, open, knee down, knee back, forward, open, down, and back. And bring it back forward. And now we'll reverse, straight back, knee down, knee to the side, knee forward. Straight back, knee down, knee to the side, and forward. And we'll just hula our little hips. So now we've done all the major joints in the body, range of motion. We've done our neck, we've done our shoulder blades, spine, hips, and knees. So now we're going to do a little yoga flow. So this can be done sitting or standing, but we're going to start standing. So we're going to face our chair. Maybe come around to one side and just face. Okay. Then just step one leg forward. It does not matter which one. And one leg back. Your back foot is about a 45-degree angle, if that feels okay. And then hands on the hips. We'll face our hips toward the chair. So that feels a little different on the back leg than what we're used to. So maybe we need to adjust our stance. Maybe we need to step a little closer, step a little wider, just see how that feels. Then we're going to bend our front knee. So hips facing forward, knee facing right toward the chair, back foot down. We're kind of pressing our weight into the outside of our foot. And then, if we want to, we can lift up our shoulders, look up, and relax our shoulders. So this is warrior one. Everything optional. Arms up is optional. Bending the knee is optional. And while you're breathing there, in one more breath, I'm going to just show it in a chair. Knee bent, arms up. Okay, then we'll just open our arms sideways. And this is warrior two. So warrior two, your hips are not still facing forward. Now your hips are facing the side of the room, right? Yes, yes. So arms are optional here too. Then we're going to move into triangle. So for triangle, we'll straighten our front leg, and we'll bring our hand down to the chair. And our other arm can come up, or it might feel better to just let it be on our hip or on our lower back. And we just want to make our shoulders go apart in a straight line. So if we're in a chair, we're just straightening our front leg and bending down. Okay. Okay. Everyone's doing great. Now we're going to keep that leg bent, and we're going to rebend our front leg, bring our elbow down to it. And then our hand could be on our hip here. If we want to put our hand up, we can. This is side angle. Now we're going to do the dancing part. Remember, many ways to dance and spin. So we're just going to lift up and over, little reverse warrior, elbow down, arm up. And if this doesn't feel comfortable, we can certainly do the same movements with our hand on the chair. Okay, great. Good job on that side. Let's step our feet together. And then we can do it the same way without running around the chair. Okay, just remember which knee was forward. I'm sure you'll remember because you're probably feeling that burn in that leg, right? Okay, so other knee comes forward, foot steps back. Remember our foot's about a 45-degree angle. We'll put our hands on our hips, make sure they're facing our chair. Bend the front knee. Arms come up. And maybe we look up, maybe we sink a little lower. This is warrior one. And then warrior two, I'm going to face away from you, but you can still see. You maybe see how my shoulders are right over my hips. Sometimes when we do this pose, we want to really lean, but we just want to keep it straight. And then you're just gazing towards your chair. Okay. Now, straighten the leg that's toward the chair, and we'll just tip down, put our hand on the chair, and our hand can come on our back, it can go on our hip, it can be up in the air. Triangle pose. And then we'll press into our feet, bend the front knee again, and we'll just let our elbow come on down. Hands down, stay on our hips. That's probably the best. And then we'll just let our arm come up, reverse warrior, elbow down. This is called the Dancing Warrior series. up and down. One more time if you're okay with it. And then we'll just straighten both legs and step together. Okay, good, very good. Now, so you guys have heard of cobra pose, right? Where we are pressing into the chair and we're just kind of lifting our chest forward. So your feet can be pretty close. You're just lifting the chest up. You can stretch your feet further away if that feels good. And we're just engaging the glutes, engaging the core. Okay, then we'll walk our feet closer and we'll stand back up. We're just going to stretch our arms out in front of us now and then bring our elbows back together as if our elbows could go behind our back and touch. So we're just really opening everything up here. Little tiny, like almost a back bend, but not looking up over our head. So we're just really feeling that open, open, open. Because do you guys feel that all day long sometimes you're just kind of getting more and more like this? I know I do. And so we're just gonna let that come in and relax. And then we're just gonna open wide, thinking about our elbows touching each other. They're going back so far, but not with any pain. And then circle back in, bring our belly button close to our spine, kind of inhale, and then elbows touching almost. So nice. Okay, let's take a drink. You can sit, you can stay standing. This next part we're going to do goes either way too. It's kind of, what's the word? Humid. The word is humid. Thanks, Donna. Yeah, because, I don't think we're working very hard and my forehead feels sweaty, but yeah. Oh, it's raining. Yeah, so it is humid. So, yeah, thanks for doing the fan. Good job. Okay, so from here, let's just do this seated like we're going to be sitting. Cat and cow. So we kind of did that a little bit when we were doing that like this. So we'll just put our hands on our knees. So cow is when we inhale, we shine our heart forward. And that is making our tailbone point up, right? So our tailbone's going up, shining our heart forward. And then for cat, we exhale. We think about like an angry, hissing cat. So our belly button's coming back toward our spine. Our shoulders are up and big. And then shining our heart forward for cow. And then cat. So do a couple of these just on your own breath. Usually we inhale forward and we exhale back. But if that doesn't feel good, just do it the other way. This is so good for our backs. So good for our spines and also our posture, just opening everything up. And remember last week I showed you, I'll show you again really quick, that you can do this on your back, like in bed, first thing in the morning. It's so good, especially if you ever have any lower back twinges, which who doesn't, right? Oh, yeah. So let's see, where can you see me? Who cares? I'll move around if you can't see me. But so pretend you're in bed, your knees are bent, and it's just a tiny, tiny small movement of tipping the pelvis up. So that makes this whole part of my back, from my waist on down, just go flat, flat, flat against the ground or the bed. And then I just relax. And then you've got that natural curve where you can put your hand behind your waist. That's just normal. And then flattening everything down and then relaxing. And so it's the same movement, the cat and cow movement, but it's for the lower back, and I'm telling you, it feels great. If you do that in bed, it will really help get everything loosened up before you even get up. So that's a great thing to do. So now let's hop up and we'll cat and cow again on our chair. If you're staying in your chair, you can do that same movement, forward and back, cat and cow. But if you are able to stand, we'll come to the side of our chair. We'll step our feet back about a foot. And we'll just do it again. Shine our heart forward, tip our tailbone up, tip your bum up so high you can't even believe you're doing it. And then curl it back down, looking down at your feet, maybe. Inhale, shining the heart forward. That tailbone goes up. Exhale, tailbone tips right down. And just do 2 more of these on your own breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And then when you're done, just step your feet back closer to the chair and stand on up. Okay, this we're going to need to hold the chair for. And let me demonstrate a couple different ways to do this. So I feel like you guys can see me on this side and you guys can see me on this side. I wish I could fly over the chair. So I'm just going to bend my knee and pick up my ankle. Maybe that feels okay. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I can't really hold my ankle, but I'm just bending my foot and flexing and stretching back like I have it. Maybe that doesn't feel good to me, and I want to put one knee on the chair and just kneeling on the chair, touching my ankle. But if I do this, I'm holding on, okay? Holding on for safety. If I'm seated, I'm stretching back as if I'm holding my ankle, or maybe my hands on my thigh. Many ways to dance and spin. So, if you're still with me, we'll just hold this in. And I feel this stretch right down my quadricep. And if you're not touching, if you're just reaching toward it, that is just as good. The attempt is working those same muscles. Okay, now we'll let that one come down. Just for safety's sake, maybe run around, maybe not. Again, you can kneel, you can do many ways, and then we'll just hold this. And if we don't reach it, some days I can, some days I can't, we're just flexing it up, reaching back like we're holding it. So this leg is still working really hard if I'm holding it or if I'm not. And we'll take one more breath. Now we'll just let that go. Let that go. Nice. Okay, now let's see. Stay here. Let's see if we can do it and reach across with our other hand. So maybe we can hold our toe, opposite toe in hand, and stand up. And if that's not available, we'll just be bending that leg and standing up tall as if we're holding our foot. Okay, very good, very good. Lots of nice variations here. Then we'll just come to the other side. Bend that foot, pick up the toe, stand tall, or standing tall, making everything work, whether we have the toe or not. Nice. Okay, a couple more balance things, because we know balance is so, so important, right? The part of your brain that deals with balance helps us resist Parkinson's disease, dementia. So balancing is as good as doing a crossword puzzle a day. Okay, so maybe just stand in your kitchen on one foot sometimes. And the first pose we'll do is tree. So if you want to have your leg up next to this to help, that's okay. If you don't, that's okay too. And we'll just bend our knee, and we could have our heel down like a little kickstand, or we could bring our foot up to our shin, or if you're super overachiever, you can bring your foot clear up to your thigh. I like the shin. And a hand can be on the chair, one hand could be on the heart. Maybe you could bring both hands to the heart for a little breath. And then maybe you want to grow one hand or the other, or both, up high. When you feel yourself falling out, that's good. That just gives you more chance to come on back in. So we find something to stare at that's not moving. That's our drishti. And then we'll let our hands come on down and let our leg come down. And then we'll just switch. So taking a deep breath, we can feel our toes spreading, even if we have on tennis shoes, of the leg we're going to stand on. And then our tree could be here, like a kickstand, could be on up, could be super up high. And hands to the heart, finding something to stare at that's not moving. Hands high. And one hand on the chair, always fine. Always fine. Maybe just give it a little hover. And we'll take a couple more breaths. Falling out, super okay. And then hands back to the heart. Come on down. Okay, that's enough balance. I had more, but I'm gonna skip it. And, oh, sorry, there's one more pose. So, like we did when we held our foot, the yoga pose for that is called dancer. So there's gonna be lots of variations on this. So one way to do dancer is holding the foot, arm up, kicking in. Okay, that's one way. Another way is standing and holding the foot and getting really tall, holding your head like a beautiful dancer. Another way is not holding the foot, but doing the same thing, really tall like a beautiful dancer, maybe even arm in first position. Another way is sitting tall, stretching for the foot, and again, the beautiful dancer. So you can see the most important part is your head and your chest, and lifting up and thinking of yourself as a beautiful dancer. So let's all just choose what way we want to do dancer pose. If we want to hold our foot, if we want to bend our knee, but we're all going to do the beautiful dancer face and maybe the beautiful arm or hold our foot. Oh, you guys, so beautiful. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, let's gently let that come down. Let's put our hands to our heart and take a breath. Many ways to dance and spin. And let's do the other side. If you need to switch chair sides, fine. If not, fine. And many things. We can hold our foot. We cannot hold our foot. We can kick into our hand. And we can do our chest and hand in beautiful dancer. So nice. I wish you could see these guys at home and not just me because it's really beautiful, you guys. Okay, and then we'll let that foot come down. And we'll make our way to our chair. Maybe time for a drink when we get here. I can never find my water under here. It's not that big of a space, but it seems to like move around. Okay. So you guys have heard of camel pose in yoga. It's a pose I don't really love, and down on the mat. But seated camel is excellent. So we'll just reach back and hold these little bars of our chair, and we'll sit up tall, and then we'll do our beautiful dancer chest as we bring our shoulder blades together. So while we're doing this, we're squeezing our bum, we're squeezing our belly so that we're protecting our lower back. And this is camel, this is it. Kind of a puffy chest thing. If it's too much, you don't have to really hold your hands back there. You can do your chest. And let's take one more breath. Okay, we'll just relax that. Sitting back a little bit. We'll do our twists again. Let's notice how we feel. If we feel a little bit looser as we twist, using our torso to do the work, looking back over our shoulder. Maybe we can see behind us a little farther after we've been working. And then we'll come on back around, twist the other way. Nice. While we're here, I'm just scooting up to the edge of the chair, and I'll just bring up one leg. It doesn't matter which one. So this is, I like to call this a Ken position as opposed to, Barbie. So Ken, sitting up tall like this, and then holding one ankle in, and maybe gently pressing down on the other knee if that feels okay. And then, carefully, we're going to bring our ankle hand up to our knee and gaze over our back like this. Does this feel any different? What a quiet, silent class you are. You're not going to be on YouTube. Oh no. And then keep your foot right where it is, and we'll just twist the other way. Okay, and then come on back front. While our foot's here, we're going to sit up tall again, make our beautiful chest. And then if we feel okay, we're going to just lean forward a little bit. And when I do that, I can really feel that in my bent hip. I think it feels great. Flexing my foot so that my whole leg is active. Okay, then we'll just look down, curl ourselves back up, set that foot down, and give it a little squeeze on the way if we want to. And then other foot comes into the Kin position, sitting up tall, foot flexed, finding the right place, holding the ankle, maybe pressing the knee a little away from us if that feels okay. And we'll make our beautiful chest come up. And we'll twist toward our bent side first, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to go both ways. Gazing over, taking a breath, and then switch. Hand comes back and goes around. Still sitting up so tall, core's engaged. And then we'll come back forward. Beautiful chest again. Maybe we lean forward, flexing this foot that's on top pretty hard. When I flex, I can really feel a difference as my whole leg is working. And we'll just take one more breath, gazing somewhere at the floor that's not moving. And then we'll come on back. Let our foot come down. We'll stretch our feet out like, I don't know, like some guy sitting on the subway that doesn't want you to sit next to him. Okay? Don't take my space. Okay? We'll stretch our feet way out like that. And then we'll hold one side of the chair and we'll bring our other arm kind of just up and over, just really gently. We're not losing our balance. We're not really tipping. And maybe we can just glance under our bent arm. Maybe we can look up, and maybe that doesn't feel safe. So we don't need to do that if we don't want to. And then we'll just come on up slowly, carefully hold the side of the chair. Other arm up and over, just a little bit. And maybe we look up under that arm. Let's do one more time each side. You just move as you would like to, slowly, carefully on your own breath. You know where we're going. Up and over, maybe look under the arm. Back down. And last time. Okay, now we've come to the bird section of class. I know you're going to like it. We've already been there because this was pigeon, right? So pigeon we did. Now we're going to do eagle. So like a Barbie, we're going to cross. Maybe you have those flexible jeans and you can tuck one foot behind your leg. Yes, you can. Okay. Maybe not. I cannot. So that's okay. We're going to sit up really tall. We're going to lift up our arms. Just look down and see which knee is on top. Okay? And if it's your left, put your left arm under. If it's your right, put your right arm under. So we're going to hug ourselves now. So left under for me. And then maybe you can do your hands like this. I don't really like that. I just like to hold my shoulders. But you can do whatever you want. And then we lift those elbows up away from us, whichever way. Squeeze our knees. So we're pressing our legs really tight together. We're doing the beautiful chest. We're looking up over our elbows. So many things, squeezing our belly. This is really good for us. This stimulates the liver and the kidneys. I'm not a big fan of this pose, eagle, but I know it's good for me. And then we're gonna fly. Arms come out, and we can fly our leg if we want to. Put that foot down, up and over the other leg, like a Barbie. Maybe you can tuck your foot behind, but if not, it doesn't matter, because we're just gonna squeeze, squeeze. So now, whichever knee is on top, that arm goes under. And again, if you want to do your hands in this position, great. Holding the shoulders is what I like. Looking forward, squeezing my legs so tight, sitting up really tall, even squeezing our hands on our shoulders. 2 more breaths, we can do it. Squeezing even tighter. And then fly. Arms come out. Nice. Okay. And then one more fun thing, lion breath. So hands on the knees. Remember the lion breath? We breathe in through the nose, and then we open our mouths, but not just our mouths. We stick out our tongues like a lion, and that releases a lot of heat from the body, and also it's funny. So, okay, so inhale, exhale, like a lion. Let's do it 2 more times. One more time. Okay, so we released a lot of heat, a lot of stuff. You can do that whenever you want. If you're feeling mad, just go in the corner and breathe like a lion. You'll get a lot of junk out of you. Or do it to who you're mad at, and then you will both laugh, and oh, I'll be good. So now we're just gonna sit back in our chairs, coming into Shavasana. So our feet are flat on the ground in a comfortable way. Our hands are up on our thighs, palms up, palms down, shoulders, the shoulder blades resting back against the back of the chair. And let's bring our shoulders up to our ears, and then just let them come on down. You can relax shoulders. You don't have to go up to your ears all the time. And then we'll just tip our head from one side to the other. Just a nice little stretch. And then if we feel okay closing our eyes, we'll just close our eyes and have just a minute of Shavasana. Such a good time for our bodies to soak up the things we've done, our minds to remember the patterns that we've done, our breath to remember that it feels good to breathe a little longer, a little slower. And our spirits to remember, that's true, there are many ways to dance and spin, and my way is the right way for me. Shavasana, enjoy. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Sun now. Sun stay where you are just as long as you like. But if you feel like you're ready to move, you could begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe make your breath a little longer and slower. Any movements that feel good to you. Just sit with your eyes open a couple of minutes before we begin to get up. And if you would like to, you could bring your hands to your heart. And we'll take a few breaths of gratitude together. Just think of what we're thankful for today, just this minute. And then we could bring our thumbs to our forehead. I think what's good. Our thumbs to our lips. I speak what's good. And our thumbs to our heart. I shine my light. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. Thank you.